Hi, and welcome to my first video tutorial. This video goes along with the written tutorial on my blog. The link is found in the description of the video, so be sure to read it too. I will teach you how to create foods, and therefore we are going to clone the chili con carne because I'm going to recreate the beef stew I made before. Now, before you decide which Maxis food you want to clone, you have to consider the following things: the time the food appears in, the category the food appears in, the cutlery used, the preparation style, because it's better to clone these features than to change them afterwards. You can change them afterwards, but then you have more risk for errors. Now, first you have to open CMP, of course. In my tutorial it's already open. Then you go to Object Workshop at the bottom and you see Start and Open. Now Open is about when you already cloned the package, so it's a custom cloned package, and when you press Start, normally it has to load, but it's ready for me. Then you go to, at the bottom, the unknown, you select a line and then you press C, so you go to C immediately, and then you look for chili con carne. Then you press next and you will see that you can clone or recolor the chili con carne. In my CMP the text is black, but it doesn't matter because I know what to do, namely set defaults and then press start. Now you can already change the description, the catalog description, but you don't have to, you can change it later. So I'm only changing the title. Then you press finish and then you have to wait a bit for a window to appear. Take some time. Now you change the model name to the name of the food and press updates and OK. Then you save the package you made. You just cloned the chili con carne to beef stew. I call it beef stew tutorial, but that doesn't matter how you call it. Now we are ready to first assign the git. Therefore you go to plugin view at the left of the screen, and then in the resource tree you go to object data to assign a git. You select chili con carne menu and then you select chili con carne to change it to the name of your food. You press get git, register objects, and never forget to press commit. You do the same for the food chili con carne. Also change it to the name of your food, get git, register objects, and press commit. Now it's important to remember the git. I write it down and make it blocks of 2, like 00658297 for the food, and the same with 96 at the end for the menu. Then you go to behavior function in the resource tree and the git menu in the list. Now you see the operands that you need to change. You see they are in blocks of 2 and you see the git under the operands, so you know when you change them right. 968265 is 00 and you see the git has changed. Now again, don't forget to press commit. Then you have to do the same for the food. You can check again if you had the right git when you go back to object data. It's important that this is correct because the game links the git with your food, with the fridge. So if you didn't do it correct, it won't work. Then again for the food, it's called CT factory foods that you have to use. Again, change the operands. You can see the git below the operands. Press commit file, of course, and you can check again with object data to see if you have used the correct get. It's really important that that's correct because otherwise the fruit will be invisible. Next, we are going to change the catalog description. In the resource tree, you press catalog description, then in the resource list again. Now you see the string beef stew, which is the name of the food in English, and it's already default. Then you can change the description of the food. I'll just change the name of the food. And again, I make it default and in English because I upload it. You press commit file, and then you go to the text list in the resource tree. There you press text list in the resource list, and then this is a bit tricky. You also make sure it's the default language if you want to upload it, otherwise you select another language. It's hard to always to select every line to change chili con carne, so you export the language. I change it to beef stew to know that that's text, and save it. And then you go to the notepad, you open the text you just saved. You have to go to the right path to open the text file, and then you can easily change chili con carne, all the words chili con carne, into beef stew by pressing Ctrl plus H. You look for chili con carne. It's in Dutch, but it's pretty much the same in English. Vervangen door, or change into beef stew. Change everything, and then everything has been changed into beef stew. It's really easy to do it this way because it's a time saver. You can also go to bewerken, I don't know in English, and go to change or Ctrl H like you saw, and then save it, close the notepad, and then import language, import beef stew text, and open it. Be sure it's in beef stew, and then of course press commit, and then everything has been changed into beef stew. Now the last thing you have to do is change the textures. In the resource tree you go to texture image. You see a list of all the textures you can change. Now we are going to change a few of them. You can see them in the written tutorial, which one we definitely need to change. These are the ingredients. You press right, build DXT, you change the sharpen to none, then open image, and you go to the texture you already made. This is not a texture tutorial, so I suppose that you already created this one. You see I didn't change the name, or not that much, so I know what to select. I select the ingredients of the beef stew. You see it's beef stew, it's beef, and then update all sizes again by right click, and then press commit. Changes were committed, so that's a good thing. So you're going to do that with all the other textures too. The other textures you need to change are the state cooked. I change it into again a ready-made texture. Normally the format you use is TXT free format, but as this is cloned from a Maxis item, I prefer to leave the format as it is. If it's not a Maxis food I clone, if it's a custom food item like the ice cream I clone, then I prefer to put it to change it into DXT free format. So as I'm talking, I'm also changing the other textures. Again, you already have to have the textures ready. Best to do that in the same folder and to give them a correct name, because otherwise it's hard afterwards to know which texture you have to use. Always update all sizes and commit. Right click is your friend in this case. Don't change the things that doesn't need to be changed, like mix egg know what it's doing here. It's a clone from Maxis, so I really don't know why Maxis did that. But again, I just changed the things that need to be changed. So this is the burn state, just a bit black on it. Then press commit, and I really think the mixed eggs is weird, so if you change it, it doesn't really matter because it will still be the beef stew. It's better to change it than to leave it because you don't know where you will see the mixed eggs otherwise. Then you go to geometric data container in the resource tree. You will see that that will be your friend. You will see the same list as the textures, and then you can preview your texture like it would be in the game. You have to wait a bit if you preview it, but it's better than load the game all the time and then again have to look and then it's not good and then you have to open CMP again, have to change the textures, then open the game again. So it's way easier to wait a bit for the preview to load than to open your game all the time. You will see you can rotate the bowl a bit to see that how it looks. It's not a good view, but it's better than to open the game all the time. And again, you see the same list as, a bit the same list as the geometric and the textures. So, and then you are actually ready. With this, now your food is ready to be played in game. There will be other sub-tutorials on this because some things can be changed, like the cooking skills needed, or to change a fork into a spoon. I will teach you that too, but again, that's with risk. It's better to clone the features you want than to change them afterwards. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and I really hope to see a lot of food of you and that you mention my tutorial so other people can create this food too. I'm sorry for my English. I know it's not perfect, but I hope that you understood all the things I said and that you will look at the tutorial written on my blog to help you with that.